Hello denizens, and welcome back to the Dire Penguin Show. We are returning to Starsector today, and I am very excited about today because today we are going bounty hunting. Now, you might be able to tell we're not in Jangala, we're at Quaddle Station, which is all the way over in Aztlan. And the reason why we're here is, as you might be able to tell from the screen, because there are multiple bounties here. First of all, we have a regular bounty on all pirate ships destroyed, just like we had in Jangala. It's not worth quite as much, but hey, we go where the bounties are. In addition to this, we have a bounty on a particular person. And this person we can see is hanging around Aztlan system, and if we can take this person on, not only are we probably going to be taking on a sizable fleet, we'll also get a $20,000 credit reward for taking out this person. So I plan on taking advantage of that. Down here is the critical piece of information. She is in Zolotl. It's a guess. In Aztlan. And if we look at the local map, we can see that that is right up here. Now, we're down here at the Hegemony Station. This seems like it's going to be a pretty good station for us to visit and hunt bounties at, because not only do we have an independent station, we also have a hegemony military station that we can retreat to and restock and get more supplies if we need them. Now, I actually played some time off camera. At the end of the last episode, I was implying I was going to go out and try out the new carrier, and I did that, but it was just against regular pirate fleets. We didn't even really see what the carrier could do. It was just there, and it wasn't all that exciting. So we did get some more bounties, we got some more money, as you could tell, but we didn't actually do anything that was all that exciting. So instead, I've flown over here to Aztlan already, and I've also outfitted a new destroyer. If I go over here, you'll see we have a second Hammerhead destroyer. This one I outfitted a little bit differently, and I already recorded that footage, so now I'm going to go back and show you a little bit of that process. And I think I actually want to set this up a lot like I did the previous ship, or the previous Hammerhead class. I feel like having multiple of those ships just increases their effectiveness, because each one of those ships is going to be putting out those energy beams. Each one of those ships is going to have those shield shredders, and is going to have those torpedoes. So I feel like that's a design that complements having multiple of those ships. I feel like I could go a different direction with it, but I feel like the ships get more effective the more there are of them. Okay, so here's what I came up with just messing around with the ship. It's very slightly different from other Hammerhead. Because I mounted two light assault guns, which use high explosive rounds at around 600 range, I didn't have enough ordnance points to load up the two heavy autocannons that I used on this destroyer. So for this destroyer, I've got a heavy needler, which has that longer range, but medium accuracy, and a railgun, which has fast turn rate and perfect accuracy, and 100 shots per minute. It's a little bit lower damage on the kinetic side of things, but we're packing a little bit better high explosive damage, and we have two tactical lasers on the back. So let's run a simulation with our allies. We'll run with both of our destroyers, and then we'll run up against two destroyers. Alright, let's see how we do. Bring in our allies here. Behind. He's not too far behind, but I do want to wait for him. Now look at this full 360-degree arc of shield coverage. Oh yeah. I want to stay aimed at that guy. I want to rapidly overload his shields, fire rockets. That's right. Down. Alright. We'll vent as we head toward this destroyer, and he's down too. Bam. These destroyers are effective, guys. I don't know how long that will stay effective. I don't know whether these will be effective against larger ships, such as the cruisers and battleships. I don't know. You know, for now, these are large ships, but later in the game, these ships might not be effective. But, man, these seem very effective. Okay, so that's my thought process behind that destroyer here. It's a little bit different, but you saw in that engagement that they were highly effective, especially on easy mode, which we're playing on. And I felt like I needed another defensive, heavy heavy kind of ship of the line to hold the front line, because really we're kind of light on forces right now. We still haven't fully recovered from those losses that we incurred. But there are different ships for sale here in Aslan at the Coatl station. As we can go over to the Hegemony military, we can see we have multi-role fighter wings available. We also have heavy fighter wings. We have a Sunder destroyer. We also have some light carriers. And then, of course, we always have these Enforcer destroyers that we also have the option of taking. So I think it's worth a very quick look at what the Sunder and the Condor are, and then we'll make a decision about what other ship we want to get. I definitely want to get at least one of these fighter wings, though I'm not sure which one. So the Sunder is kind of a fragile destroyer, according to the description, but it mounts our first large cannon. This is a large energy weapon, 2 medium energy weapons, and then an arrangement of other mounts, though I'm not exactly sure where those weapon points are. The important things about this ship is it has high flux generated per damage taken. It's that 1.2, which we noticed as well on the Enforcer, as opposed to the Hammerheads, which is 0.8. However, it does still have a high shield arc, unlike the Enforcer destroyer. We may want to take this ship. It has a lot of ordnance points, and it can also mount that large mounted weapon. I assume that has a very narrow arc in the front of the ship, but still, a large energy weapon? It's tempting. The light custom carriers here are definitely backline ships. They only have 1 medium missile mount, and they only have some small ballistic mounts, but they all have that fast missile rack that allows them to reload missiles, and this is really cool. Because if you remember right, we mounted a Pilum launcher on our fast carrier, but the fast carrier doesn't have that reload ability, which means after the initial few salvos, it has to wait for those missiles to reload. The Condor wouldn't, and the Condor can mount a medium missile. So this is kind of a mix between that fast carrier that I ended up buying in the last episode and that missile cruiser that I was originally thinking I might buy. However, that said, this ship is definitely one you want to keep in the background. It's only got 120 degree shield arc and a high flux per damage taken, and it only has 39 ordnance points. That's really not much. It's not a lot to work with. For the fighters, we have the Thunder multi-role fighter, which is a very versatile ship, but it is missile-based, which means it shoots that missile, it's done. Until that ship gets destroyed and then replaced, it's just going to shoot that one missile, and then it has some swarmers and an ion cannon. That means other than the harpoon, it's really not going to do too much to ships. However, that one missile is a threat. The heavy fighters are pure anti-fighter, I feel like, and small frigates. They're going to be useless against the large ships because they don't have missiles. They just have the anti-fighter swarmer launchers and a light machine gun. However, that light machine gun is probably pretty effective against most lighter targets and the shields of the heavy targets. One thing I didn't note here was the Thunder fighter wings are way, way, way faster. 225 top speed versus the 150 of the broadswords. Broadswords are very good against other interceptors, but unfortunately our torpedo bombers aren't fast enough to fulfill that interceptor role. They're good against large ships, but they're slow, and they aren't able to catch up to targets like these Thunders probably will be able to. For that reason, I think I'll get the Thunder multi-role fighters. I'm not too worried about interceptors yet. We haven't seen the pirates make heavy use of them, and so far we haven't invaded any of the other systems, so I don't know that we're really going to need interceptors yet. So let's buy the Thunders. Okay, so now we have a little bit of money left. I don't think we have enough money to buy the Sunder. The Sunder is significantly more costly than the Enforcer is, so I feel like perhaps another carrier would be a good choice. Yes, this Enforcer is very good, but I don't know that I have enough light ships to support it yet. So let's get a Condor. Okay, so now we have 3 flight decks available to us and only 2 fighter wings. But I don't think that's going to be a problem. We just need to outfit the Condor so that it also can spew out those missiles over time. Okay, so this is what we've come up with for our light carrier. On the front, we actually have a rail gun, and this might seem like a waste due to the high arc that this gun enjoys until you look at the arc of this gun here. This gun, even though it's centered on the ship, can cover fully around the ship. So I've mounted a Vulcan cannon which shoots 1,200 shots per minute. It's designed at taking out missiles and point-blank fighters, but let's be honest, its main role is to take down any missiles that are aiming for the ship. Additionally, for long-range engagements, we've mounted that Pilum LRM launcher, which is going to be extra good due to the ability of this ship to reload ammo in missile weapons. We didn't have an option of mounting more missile weapons because these are ballistic mounts only. Now, I mounted extended shields on that just because I love the extended shields to bring this shield arc up to 180 degrees instead of 120. And then we have enough vents that we are able to fully vent all of the weapon flux that this ship is generating, even if it is firing all of its weapons at once. Okay, with that said, let's go bounty hunting. Alright, well, we didn't find Inyo, but we did find some pretty beefy pirates. We actually are going up against an assault cruiser. It's a D variant Eagle, which means it's deficient in some way. Level 3 captain in it, so he's going to be a prime target to take out. There's also this Enforcer Strike Destroyer, also piloted by a level 3. Then we've got support frigate, attack frigate, close support frigate, and 2 combat freighters. Okay, we should have a fun time with this one. Let's move in. I think I'm going to take our light agile ship, leave my 2 destroyers to support each other, because we tend to go off on our own, and those destroyers really are better if they stay side by side. Let's engage with everything. Okay, I want my 2 carriers to support each other, and I want everybody else to engage. The problem is I don't know where they are, so we're going to have to see where people are before we re-engage. Okay, out in front we have the combat freighters. I feel very sorry for them because they're going to have a very bad day very briefly, and then they won't be having any kind of day. We have a Wolf class attack frigate. Okay, we know the Wolf class is a long-range engager with energy weapons. At least that's how ours was outfitted, and I seem to recall those were restricted to energy weapons. Could be outfitted differently, but that's likely. We also have a Mud Skipper. I don't remember them. I don't think they're all that big of a deal. Really what we want to care about is... Aha! Here are our 2 main targets. It's going to be difficult engaging one without the other. We might want to take out these 2 combat freighters out in front. That way our bomber wing can come around and engage on their cruiser. If we can do that on the cruiser, we could put out a lot of damage, which will mean our destroyers will be okay against these 2 ships. See if we can take out these 2 right here. Oop. Alright, I'm going to tell my fighter wing to stand down. Alright, see who we could take out. I need you up here with me. Let that guy handle the combat freighter. I feel like our Lasher can handle the combat freighter. Just saying. Wow, I have to be careful how I engage here because my, I can't risk turning on this guy. Got it. Used both our missiles to do it, but did a lot of damage to the target. Now, our 2 destroyers are moving in, so they will have a field day with this other destroyer. Oh, he jumped. Oh well, he jumped right into range of our destroyers. Bad move. Alright, I'm holding the destroyer's fire. I want to continue to do that. Keep it off my destroyers. Boom. I used my assault blaster, which raised my flux a lot, but brought his shields down so they can bring him down the rest of the way. Now, who's left? Anybody? No, we got all of them except for one lonely close support frigate who looks like he's destroyed, but we might have a chance to board him. Yes! Whoa, okay. This little mud skipper has 90 people on board. Our 25 Marines have a 0% chance of actually successfully taking over the ship. So let's just tell our guys to destroy it, at which point it joins the destroyed ships, and now we will get bounty for that ship. We didn't have to destroy it, but you get bounty for it if you do, so I like to do that. They keep offering up these bounties here in Aztlan, but I've been flying around for days, and I can't find where the pirates are. There's trade disrupted in here. There's 2 different people offering bounties on pirates. I can't find them. I don't know where they are. Oh, maybe they're out in hyperspace. Yeah, alright, well here we have one of those sunders. We'll be able to see what they are. Let's move in. Same deal as last time. We're gonna use our ship to scout, and then we'll have the 2 destroyers engage most of the targets on their own. Go ahead and tell my custom carrier, my light carrier, to support my fast carrier. And let's see who we have here. Okay, the Sunder is right in the middle. So I want to use both of my destroyers to engage him. Tell this guy to engage that guy. We'll go ahead and use our bomber wing on him. And then our multi-role fighters, we'll tell to engage their bomber wing. Okay? We'll head up the middle and we'll take on some frigates here on the side and help out with the destroyer if we need to, because he's aiming at me. Bye. Here, come closer. Missed. They are successfully raising my flux. Let's drop that, and let's help out with this destroyer fight. He's turning to face me, got my shields up in time. Bye, there's your flux. Boom! Got you with a missile. Tag, you're it. Bam. We are effective. Is there anybody left? Oh. Yeah, we didn't get the close support destroyer. Ooh. A Buffalo Mark II class, which I believe is actually a destroyer, a support destroyer, but it has a lot of cargo. If we can get this would be great. We have a 71% chance. If we fail, I assume we lose a lot of Marines, possibly all of them. Let's try it. Nope, they got away. So we lost 14 Marines and they got away. Oh well. Would have been nice to have that ship, but we'll just have to try again another day. It's a shame I don't think you can capture Marines either, so we'll have to replace those at a station sometime. Alright folks, well we've made our money back, but unfortunately we weren't successful in finding our bounty target. I'm a little disappointed in that, but I think that it's worth heading over to Yama and take advantage of the 2 bounties that are being offered over there. Yes, there are 2 agencies here that are offering credits for destroying regular pirate ships, but that depends on us actually finding the regular pirate ships. Over here, we're guaranteed to find some sizable fleets and at least get into some large combat. Right now, we're not really looking for a ton of money. We've managed to build up our fleet substantially, and we've gotten 2 new carriers and a destroyer recently. I'm looking to see if I can't get into some sizable combats and test out the limits of our fleet. So I'm excited to go try that. Please join me next time as we go do that.